Hello everybody, welcome back to the Backseat Fighter YouTube channel. I'm your host Charlie Binns. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you're new here, subscribe. We're talking everything UFC 316 this week. Sean O'Malley versus Merab in the main event. We're just gonna get straight into that right now. Pero antes de empezar, si hablas español, ve al primer enlace de la descripción. Estuve en un podcast, se llama Área de Combate con Carlos Contreras-Legaspi de ESPN Deportes. Allí analizamos la pelea entre Merab y Sean O'Malley este fin de semana y también pues hablamos de muchas cosas interesantes, ¿no? Entonces, gracias a Carlos por la oportunidad. And if you just speak English like a normie, then let's just get straight into it. So, obviously this weekend has got a rematch, and it's a rematch that not many people asked for, right? Not many people were expecting Sean O'Malley to get an immediate title shot after losing his belt to Merab last time we saw him about 9 months ago, right? That's crazy that it's already been that long, by the way. But in that last fight, what happened? For me, it was a dominant victory by Merab. No, it was a victory that kind of showcased a hole in Sean O'Malley's game, which kind of Merab exposes in all of his opponents, right? It's that chain wrestling, that never-ending cardio. He's just an absolute machine. We all know this if you're a fan. And if you're new to the game, Merab might have the best cardio we've ever seen in the history of MMA. It's that ridiculous. What I really want to talk about is, are we going to see much of a difference? We know the UFC really does back Sean O'Malley. They really want him to be a champion. They really want him to, fulfill his potential as that star and a face of the UFC. In order to do that, he does need to be a champion, right, for them. But can he win this fight? That's the question. Last time out, he said he was injured. He had a torn hip. But it gives us some curiosity, right? Is Sean O'Malley going to return now and be a different version of himself? Are we going to see a more competitive fight than we did last time? Merab Dvalishvili, we know he likes to showboat. In that fight, when he was dominating Sean, holding him up against the fence on the ground, 5 seconds left in the round, kissing him on the back of the neck, turning around, lifting his arms up. Sean O'Malley went in for the sucker punch. Fair game, right? Round still going. What I really want to talk about is kind of the mentality shift. We know that Sean O'Malley is a great striker. We saw what he did to Wineland. We've seen what he did to Moutinho in that exhibition. We saw that knee he landed on Chito Vera. We know this guy has some of the most elite striking we've seen in the UFC. So I'm training with Israel Adesanya recently, right? This mentality shift has to be important. And why do I say that? We know he's been talking about stopping smoking weed, not going out as much, more family time, more focus on just the gym and recovery, improving his, inner peace, as he calls it. That is such valuable things for fighters. I think people forget sometimes that they are real people, that they have their own life stresses outside of the cage. But more than anything, how is that going to affect his in-ring performance? He said that his motivation for those changes wasn't because he was injured in the last Morab fight. It wasn't because he lost his belt. It was really a personal decision. At the same time, what stands out to me, and what I forgot to mention when I was on Área de Combate with Carlos, was before going to the 5th round with Merab, when he was obviously losing the fight and really needing a finish to win, his coach, Tim Welch, his communication with Sean wasn't great. He was saying, "It's almost over, buddy.
Dig deep, buddy. We're almost done with this. Dig deep. Big breath.
You saw Sean O'Malley exhausted, bent over his seat, gasping for air, and it was kind of like, all right, buddy, let's just get through this. Let's survive. Not, let's go get this knockout. We need to pull it out the fire. Leon Edwards, coach style Usman fight, if you know what I'm talking about.
Listen, stop feeling sorry for your self. Well, come on then. What's wrong with you? You're too down. You got to pull the out of the fire. Stay sure. Come on, Leon, man. You got it, man. Come on.
Tim Welch has come out since then in interviews with people like Brett Okamoto, the ESPN, and was saying the way it came out, it wasn't the message I wanted to convey. And he was saying, what I was trying to say is we need this knockout. Like, this fight's almost over. You're going to find the finish. And maybe that's part of this entire mentality shift, this focus on things that actually matter, the paying attention to the more finer details, putting everything into fighting and having no distractions, no social media. That's what I'm thinking about when it comes to Sean O'Malley entering this fight. We're going to see a physically healthier Sean O'Malley. I think that's what we know for sure. But mentally, I think we're going to see a sharper Sean O'Malley. Right now, Merab is at the peak of his reputation as an invincible power in this Bantamweight division. He's put himself up there with the greatest of all time at 135 pounds. But we have seen him hurt in the past. We've seen people hurt him. What stands out in my mind right now is when he fought Henry Cejudo. And obviously he dominated Henry Cejudo. He picked up the gold medal wrestler and slammed him. It was a great performance in the end. But at one point, he does get clipped. badly by Henry Cejudo. You know, I think he's a great striker, 2 division champion simultaneously. Let's not get it twisted now. But I don't think he's a better striker in terms of pure technique, creativity, imagination, knockout power. He's not on the same level as Sean O'Malley in terms of the striking. So I do believe that Sean O'Malley can land a knockout shot on Merab. It's just, will he? Will he? And will he be able to withstand that cardio? A grappling monster like Umar Nurmagomedov almost passed out fighting Merab. You know, Merab was able to take down Umar. I don't think it is semantics. I don't think it is a generalization to say this fight is about mentality. Because Merab's whole fight style is mentality. It's just push, 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 drown you, drown you, drown you, drown you, takedown attempt, takedown attempt, takedown attempt. You know, mentally draining you with the showboating. Against Umar, he was losing in my opinion. He lost the first 2 rounds. And started showboating in the third like he was up 2. It was incredible. I mean, I was screaming.
Stuffed again. And he's laughing at him, bro. Merab's laughing at him. Oh my God.
So for me, it's like this fight comes down to who is going to go in there sharper and physically whose mentality is going to manifest better. Does that make sense? I'm thinking Merab's still going to be the same Merab, locked in, even better, still improving and push that cardio. He knows he's broken Sean O'Malley's mentality before. But I really am interested in this return from injury for Sean O'Malley, the lifestyle changes, but also, is he going to be able to deal with that pressure, that physical manifestation of Merab's mentality, which is just drown you, to take you into deep waters, to not give you a second to breathe or relax. Before you know, he's actually landing big shots on you and you're defending up top. He's come down in low to attack your heels to get another takedown. I mean, for him to be able to out-wrestle Umar Nurmagomedov, you know, this guy's a different level. This guy is an absolute different level. So if I had to predict, which I can at the moment because I'm on my own channel, I'm not yet working for a big company, which I hope will come soon. Merab should be the heavy favorite in this fight. I don't think there should be any reason to doubt his ability to win this fight. But I don't think Sean O'Malley should be completely counted out either. I do think we're going to see a better Sean O'Malley. The question is that enough to beat Merab Dvalishvili? You know, with the style he has, he can kind of afford to have not as great of a night. Whereas Sean O'Malley, I feel like he needs to be on. He needs to be like that Aljo level of sniper on. Even though he was really hurt going into that fight as well, he wasn't grappling. I think it was something with his ribs, right? He was still able to find that perfect knockout punch. And I could see that happening again. That was a quick little analysis for everybody. I'm so glad to be back on the channel, back talking with you guys. And yeah, I mean, I went on that podcast, Área de Combate with Carlos Contreras Legaspi, and it was, you know, he's become a very good mentor to me in this space as a very successful journalist for ESPN Deportes, for covering the UFC for forever. So, you know, I was very grateful to be on there. I did my best impression of my former self who could speak Spanish. I promise I am better than that. I was a little bit nervous, but yeah, hopefully I can be back on there soon. I love talking Spanish. I love talking about MMA. It's a perfect mix for me. And yeah, just glad to be back. Subscribe, comment what you think. Do you think Merab's going to dominate Sean O'Malley again? Are you excited for this rematch? Do you think Sean O'Malley's going to find the perfect shot and put Merab out cold? Let me know. Glad to be back. Charlie Bins, I'm out. And I'll see you very soon when we talk about John Jones versus Tom Aspinall.